Right here, I'm about to do
their signature song.
It doesn't even really need, you know, you don't need to have the song.
Signature song.
It doesn't even really need, you know, you don't need to have the song.
Our dresses are at your house, aren't they? Yeah. Okay, good. I'm not sure how she's doing it.
Who's doing it? Is your mom doing her own hair?
No, Mom and Micah's mom. Marsha? Hair Odyssey?
Oh.
Oh, I know Marcia.
And probably Mrs. Smith.
That's who cut Kevin's hair yesterday.
Really? He has haircut yesterday? I didn't even notice.
That way she won't have to run around with flowers in her hair
That'll be good.
and keep them from.
I don't know
keep
why
them
not.
From dying.
Natalie doesn't take a nap.
No, don't. Not. No naps allowed. If you do, you have to prop your head up somewhere.
That's someone hold my head.
Excuse me.
No, no.
I don't think so.
What?
I don't think so.
You didn't cry last night, did you?
I did.
You must be stone cold.
Oh, you got
I
it.
know a lot last
Did your mother
night.
cry?
Mom, she did, yeah.
That's good.
Dad cried. Dad cried. That made me sad.
Yeah, Kevin said he was good until Derek and Lindsay cried.
Contour, freshener, and mask, but not moisturizers.
Right.
Amber thinks it's moisturizer too.
I did too at first.
Oh, really?
And I probably never told her that. No, it's.
Oh, and then she was just gonna take a snapshot.
I did too. And here she's
My
getting this
good
whole
grief.
thing
I'm
on.
doing both.
Look at this. These are Amanda's special.
Subway
Special wedding
napkins.
Chrissy saved us with this beautiful color.
Lilac,
Lilac.
as it is appropriately called.
And look, lilac nail polish remover.
We are surrounded by lilacs.
Manicure that lasted 2 days because
The lady was an idiot.
She's a loser.
oh, because I did the dishes.
Oh, Amanda! It's because you did the dishes?
Probably. I guess I can never do dishes again.
I guess not.
Well, the next time you get married, just don't do dishes.
I want a nail file so I can pick. Where is my bra? Did you bring it?
Yes, it's in that jute bag, isn't it?
They're both the same thing, right?
Do you have the mirror, kiddo?
Yeah, they're
Because I think
different.
the black would probably be better.
Huh? The black.
Because
This
well,
one
it's
might be a
navy,
little bit
so.
smaller.
This one will be.
Might be. I don't know. This one is. It's the same. It's the same.
Pop says 5, thank you.
Here, how's it going? So you can see me? Wait, I can't
She's
see.
filming.
Down, down, down.
Down, down, down.
Oh, there, look. Hey!
What do we need?
We need an invitation.
I'm getting married today.
Yahoo! Is that all? Yeah, but Amanda, Lindsay, I need to tell you where it is.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how
I'm ready.
There's a box next to my desk upstairs. Is that tight enough or do you want it tighter?
No.
Okay.
I had it on the
He's gonna
first
be here
one.
at 1, so we might wanna. Okay, box next to your desk.
On the floor, next to the desk. It's underneath there's a whole bunch of thank you notes on top of it. And so I'd have to dig down to the bottom. There's only one, and I think that's where it is. And if it's not there, then forget it.
Amanda, do you have your Copic, your ruble?
No, it's over there.
And do we need tape to tape it in your shoe?
I think I'd have to tape it to the bottom of my shoe.
That's
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
That'd be different.
Yeah, we're in a ruble since they met in Russia.
Do we have any tape around here?
Okay.
I'm sure there's.
Mom, did you bring Micah's shoe? Because if yours perfect.
I have no pants on, people.
And you just sit there and you can't really. How would you get one like this?
You have one of those matches if you had a swimsuit on.
I have your feet. Gorgeous, gorgeous.
Okay.
I think
Who's
Nate's ready
taking a
to see you.
picture of me?
All right.
I keep on getting one of her with her reflection in the mirror, but I haven't been able to do it yet.
Do you want your mic up? What happened?
No.
Oh, they have,
Okay.
the,
They were loose.
dark,
Yeah, I
dark
like them
things
loose
on the
like that. I
ends,
think
and
it's
these are
good.
open
to move the veil?
open toe shoes.
Would you get one?
That's okay, it'll work,
Is it
fine.
gonna work?
Would you get one of Jack's?
I would love to
Oh,
get my
yours is
jam
mine,
fixed.
see, mine is
Are you getting nervous, Amanda?
How are you?
I'm getting excited. Take it, take it. I'm ready to get this show
It's
right.
a reinforced toe.
Yeah.
Last pedal.
Those are so perfect.
Let me get one of
Those
those.
are the
Oh,
beautiful
pretty.
lilacs.
This is better.
pretty.
They are beautiful.
Oh, they smell so good. Jen,
Please
these are
don't.
gorgeous.
Thank you. Can I have a pen? Are really pretty.
Oh, they smell heavenly.
So weird. It was worth this morning. Were you supposed to? You thought what? You have to get closer. Yeah, don't flash when she's flashing. Is that my camera? Camera's here, that's right. Okay. Yeah, take some of like us, because I have some of them. Oh no, but you can take whatever you want. Hey.
How are you doing?
Good. Did you guys have fun last night at the bachelor party?
It was great. I bet you it'll be a funnier video than this one.
I don't think so. No. That's not man, Derek, are you okay? You're not speaking.
He's speechless. His sister's getting married.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. No, really, she is.
Oh dear. Should I go help do that? Connie? Connie.
I seriously
The two of us with you alone?
Say hi, Connie. How's it going?
Good. I just finished eating and I'm a messy eater.
What did you eat?
I ate some fruit, some water.
You were well toweled.
I was well toweled. That thing's not on, is it?
I'm recording everything that we say.
We walked down.
It's for posterity.
Here, get me with Amanda, because
Get you with
I saw
Amanda.
it today.
Oh, yeah, that's good, Mike.
Yeah, we've never seen you two together.
Oh, love handles. How about this, Amanda?
Hey, look, it's Amanda and Christy.
Flowers in your hair are really pretty.
Are they pretty?
Would you like to inspect it? I want to see it.
Ring inspection.
Oh, the flowers in your hair are gorgeous, Amanda.
So, Amanda, did you pick out
Oh,
your
all
ring?
girls, get around her.
Can I smell
No.
Amanda? Can you come here? I thought he wanted to do something different.
He's gonna do something special later. Can you hold still for a second?
Okay.
Sorry.
And
And
Yes, I
Yeah,
did.
put the thing over your dress.
oh yeah, where's that?
I think when we need to go through it and see
Okay, I don't
who's
really want to eat
Good,
it.
good.
Everybody put their own stuff in their own little bag.
Can you
Okay.
get me a towel or
Yeah.
something?
Okay, so that's the instructions. Everybody needs to go through and pick up their own
Yep.
makeup and get them put in a bag.
Right now?
No.
did. I don't even
Well,
know where
okay,
the
then
rest
you
of mine
can
is.
eat Micah.
You are a good girl,
I'm not
Micah.
really sure. Stuff.
Okay, Mike, Amanda, that's your going away outfit. You're gonna need that at the club.
Yes, I am.
Are you gonna do it, Lindsay?
Thank you.
Do you want me
What?
to find Stephen, have him take it out and put it in our pickup and we'll get it out there?
Sure, and my bag?
Sure.
They decided not to.
Okay.
Said it was too risky.
Who has
What?
the full cover?
Amber, can you put the lid on that
Yeah, Dad said no.
nail polish?
Well, you better look.
You're just getting blessed a little bit.
Okay, let's get in there.
Showers of blessing, Amanda.
Yes.
Showers of blessing. Yeah. Sorry, Nan. Take my thing, Chrissy. I run out of film. I'm sorry. Amanda. Filling my mind. Eric got right in front of my said you found it on the phone. I put it on here.
Thanks, Sam.
Josh is right. Why don't you drive your parents over in Whose car is that? Put the top down real quick. I'll grab
Say how much up.
This is like old times. Okay, Jake. That's cool.
Okay. Sam, are you all guys driving separate? Somebody, we have available driver, truck driver. Martin is far away.
Justine, you can't drive.
And I know you're not on the payroll right now, but see ya.
Bye, Christine.
Would you come here? Yeah, that's cool. Well,
See you there?
well, all right. Okay.
Oh, what a precious
No, he's from, Real
She said, I know he's on his way to. He's done wedding for me many times. So upset.
Just me.
Well, I didn't want to get in front of your camera.
Shoot. Yes, I can.
On the other end.
Can you watch my camera? It's on. Don't let it move.
That really high. I know we couldn't get anything.
Oh, don't hit me, baby. I followed him up there.
Oh, good. Thanks. It's just always causing trouble. Yeah.
No, that's why they're the brides. They're supposed to be beautiful. Steal the show.
I'm not. I hope I'm not.
You're not
It's her
stealing
show,
it.
man.
You have had.
Guys, hang on. Hang on. Take a break.
I bet he will.
Are we done?
Yeah. Well, look at it. It was.
Okay, ready? Everybody look. 1, 2, 3. Not even me.
Good? Huh?
Ready to be
Those are your teeth. Okay, you can turn it off.
Okay. I give up on putting it back on.
Johnson & Johnson in there?
What is this?
The ammo.
Got one. I should have bought the ticket. Remember I told you
But I had three. You're all prepared.
And I can just sign.
Now what?
You just sign. Oh,
I'll tell you what now.
oh, that's no fun. Here you go. That's the worst.
You'll find it something.
Jeremiah. Jeremiah.
That's a really neat drink.
Okay, that's something you can just lounge around in.
Okay.
It can be sexy. You can make anything sexy. You can.
Look comfortable.
Amanda's just.
Thank you.
Just saying.
She's gonna get old. We should have
I
some like
know.
background music.
Yeah, Laura.
What do you want? I don't know, something good. Something good? Yeah. That narrows it down.
Nothing crappy, please.
None would listen to anything crappy.
It covers your
Little butt cheeks. I can't believe that you have that going right now.
Well, what about how did she purchase the other thing?
Thank you.
No one will see this video except for you.
What else is in your gift? I need you to pick it up and hold it.
Some Durex.
I hear those
You people are. How can you do this? I can do this. I come from? Same place, nice and naughty. Nice. How do you get the nice and naughty on film? Oh, look. Sorry.
The strippers are here. What? Oh, Amanda.
Don't worry. You do not have to film this.
I was like,
This is passion fruit.
Oh my gosh. Let me see their running next.
Yeah.
oh yeah.
I can see a lot of use out of those. I'm gonna wear them. Chapstick, thank you. That will
Oh no, you didn't get to say the other one.
very. I like this is good again. Okay. Petite lips.
You're the
a lips person.
I guess so. Lick who? Claire's choice.
Oh my gosh. Nate's gonna be like, what did they give you?
Tease now.
Who else wants to turn?
She's all like,
No, not with the, what is it called?
Amanda,
What?
we need your approval here.
I approve.
Okay. See you, sport.
See you, dear.
He'll take it.
This, right?
That's with approval.
This is Judy. So,
Oh, good. Good. So you'll be there, right?
Trudy, did you want one of these?
They're good.
So we're gonna do that right after rehearsal. Okay. They're gonna go. They have to go to the office first. This isn't gonna be on tape.
Yeah, it is.
And do some other stuff, and we'll just be with Nate.
Uh-oh. Where are you going?
To the Springs.
To get
Shopping.
what?
This is what I'm getting. I'm going to Bruno's. I'm getting cups, plates, forks, tablecloths. I'm not getting candles.
Are you picking all this stuff out, or are you just picking it up?
I don't know, I hope.
Let me see 2 bushes.
Stick your nose in there.
Oh my gosh.
Here, take a picture.
It's so cool.
They smell good too.
Man, I want you to do that again, babe. Oh, wait. First of all, I want you to move over here so that I don't have the window behind you, so that I have just, there you go. Oh, that's perfect. No, now just move one over. Oh, that's
Isn't that wild
perfect.
though, that one's dead and 2 are alive?
Yeah, it is.
It was meant for Amanda, see?
Amanda. I'm so excited.
They should just,
We're so excited.
Dawn, yeah, get the clippers.
they should just call that Amanda Bush.
It is from now on.
That is wonderful. Look at you have little lilacs on you.
That is so
Wonderful.
Yeah, I cannot believe it.
I can't either. And plus, we've all driven by it and stuff and not seen it. And Trudy, Trudy, this is all Trudy is. You know what would have really stunk? Is if we would have come out.
Oh, and we did
As we're leaving.
Yes, we would have stunk, you're right.
Wow. Okay, Dad needed to talk to me about seating, so.
Okay.
Because it's set up for the surround sound.
Oh, you
And you start angling couches, and this seat sounds weak, and this one sounds good. Get straight lines, then everyone's in the listening area.
Well, you have a big screen TV?
Yes.
Okay, I see. Electronics shop at this.
I did everything cost side.
What size did we go to?
It's 46 inch, but
Is that projection?
I got it for free. That's why I got that one.
Is it rear projection? And how, is it like this?
It's actually an older model. It's got the wooden top, so it's pretty fast. The new ones are thin. I actually took a big screen to a guy to.
Hey, he still starts kicking a lot when he's over stage. The whole light bulb. That probably means one of the little wires in the light bulb starts bending. Was that a throw? Huh, bud?
That was just pure magic.
No.
I was there the day they tossed the lights.
Oh,
Okay, for it.
And then we'll do something down there once we get off these chairs.
And nothing to do here.
Okay, say your name.
Now go get my video camera.
Does he? Because I dance with him.
I don't
Table and myself want to say welcome to you on this occasion of the rehearsal dinner on the eve of the momentous occasion of two people, Nate and Amanda, being united in marriage tomorrow. And we want to just have a little time in sharing together. This is more than just a man and a woman being united. It is also a coming together of two families, really. So we want to get to know each other.
You know, Nate did it right. He called us to ask for the permission to date. Then he called and asked the blessings to upon the proposal to get married. And that was how many thousands of miles away. We really appreciated that. It was really special to us that way. And we're just thrilled. We just are overjoyed about what's going on with them and their lives. And it's just been such a privilege to meet their family via long distance and then in person, get to know them and the group of friends that surround them, because it really is a bit of a hardship to come that distance, and we really respect that and appreciate it and want to celebrate with you guys and all of our family as well that is here. It's really important.
It was really neat. We have what's called under-shepherds there in my youth group, and Nate was the under-shepherd for the, I guess it would have been considered 8th grade boys. It was the summertime. Anyway, it was pretty interesting how it all was. We went to camp, and it was up in New Mexico in good weather, and we decided we were going to take a mountain bike ride, and I think about...
Megan and Nate have been friends since kindergarten. Well, when I first met Nate through Megan, oh, by the way, this comes from something at my rehearsal dinner, because Nate ripped me at one foot down the other. It's coming around. But I didn't come here to rip you, Nate. But he related a story about whenever he first met me and the impression he had instantly, and the impressions that we have, and it's another lesson that we learn through life that God teaches us. You know, I hate to be the old cliche, but you know, never judge a book by its cover. When we met, and this is what I heard later. I heard it first through Nate. This was when we were living in Russia. That when we first met, he thought I was really out there, and he expressed to Megan that he didn't understand why that she would want to be around a guy like me.
We didn't really get along very well. Basically, we fought like cats and dogs. We got along maybe 5% of the time. Okay, maybe a little bit more than that. But yeah, we fought a lot, and we never connected. We never had anything in common. But then when she went off to college, we only got to see each other every few months, and so we learned to appreciate somebody when you don't see them as much. but even though we didn't ever get along, oh my God, I haven't even said anything yet. I always looked up to you, and our high school was really hard to fit in and get along if you don't, you know, party and do all that stuff. But Shirley set an example, and I always wanted to follow in your footsteps, and she was really respected by everybody. You know, there was not a single person that could talk bad about her, and that's what I wanted. I wanted to be in high school, and I don't think I quite lived up to it, but I'm still working, and you're still a really big inspiration, and especially this relationship. It's truly a gift from God. It shows you that if you follow the Lord, you'll truly find happiness, and it's just really encouraging to see that. And basically, I want to tell you from everybody that even though we didn't get along, I love you so much, and I've always admired you and wanted to be what you are. So, and I still do. I love you. You too, Nate.
Like Lindsay said, you know, going into high school, I was a freshman when she was a junior, and you know, she was very well respected and very much looked at by the older guys in the school, and I heard it all the time. You know, I heard it from the football players, and I heard it from everybody else. Everybody trying to get me to hook them up, and you know, but that was really never an issue. You know, I knew her standards were high, and she gave me an easy thing to follow through with, somewhat. You know, I came into high school in a very impressionable place. Amanda had already established her image, her very well respected, and that was kind of expected from me afterwards. And, you know, it was easy to follow. And I just really admired that, Amanda. Just, people would say stuff, but you didn't care. And I knew, you know, I knew, maybe unlike Christy, I knew you'd find something. You know, and I got to go over to Russia for a couple weeks over Christmas. And that was when I finally got to meet Nate. And I just can't imagine somebody better. You know, even though Amanda's an older sister, I always felt somewhat protective. I was always half the size of the guys that liked her. So that didn't do much good, but I tried. And then she'd come bail me out of the trash. But Nate, when I met you, immediately I knew you were someone I was okay with. Nate, I went there and I got to meet him, and then there was a time he came over and went in the kitchen and sat down and talked for, I don't know, a few hours, 2 hours probably. Nate had a list of things that he wanted to talk about. He pulled out his papers because he didn't want to forget anything. And, you know, at first I was kind of caught off guard. I was just the little brother. But I thought that was great. I thought that was great. Just the respect that he had for the family, for me, and for Amanda was very obvious and very evident. And I really appreciate that. And I've never had a brother, but I'm happy to say that I've got one now. I really think Amanda couldn't have found anybody better. And I don't think you could have found anybody better either. So, God bless.
We were 7 years apart, but we were both kind of weird sometimes. This summer we had to share a room, and so one of us would sleep on the cot for a week and the other one would sleep in the bed, and it got really uncomfortable on the cot, so I let her have that most of the time. We had this little TV in our room, and we decided that we were going to watch Lonesome Dove a little bit every night and to see how long it would take, and even if we fell asleep, we would just rewind it the next night and just watch it, and we thought it would take us about 2 weeks. Well, we never watched the first 5 minutes of the movie, and that's just what I think about when I watch you leaving, just the good times that we've had, running around the living room singing, what was that song, You've Got Mail? Just stuff that no one else will do with me. That's fun. And I don't know, I knew you'd get married, but I was shocked when you all of a sudden were dating. And I remember Lindsay and I were like, hurry, let's call her. And we were like, man, this got a boyfriend. But then Lindsay said, no, maybe she'll get scared. So we didn't do that. like it turned out all good. So we had though. Yeah, you wouldn't be here now. I thought that you would get married, but I wasn't sure what kind of a guy. You know, he would be kind of strange. But Nate, you're wonderful, and you're everything Amanda ever wanted and ever needs. I think. We love you to death, and I'm sure she loves you to death too. But welcome to our family, and we'll have lots of fun. Thanks.
My mom and I should have gone first. I'm doing okay. When Amanda called last fall and said that she had a boyfriend, I mean, everybody's right on. She's very particular, very exact, she knew what she wanted. And it just wasn't out there. What she wanted is not out there. Now, when she called from Russia and she had a boyfriend, we said, well, he must be a pretty special guy to let her be interested in him, especially so quickly. That's not Amanda, to just fall head over heels for someone. So, if you like him, that must mean that he's a pretty strong Christian. He must really love the Lord a lot. And he's done something really special. So then I said, well, is he cute? She goes, yeah. I said, well, what's he look like? And she said, well, he's got braids. So what has Russia really done to you? Totally or what? But she said, yeah, he's cute, he's got braids, but they're just little ones, you know, all over his head. So we're trying to take care of the stuff. And then Derek goes over at Christmas time and he met him, and so he comes back and, you know, I give him the third degree. Okay, what's he really like? What is he like? Is he good? And everybody, you know, when he called and said, I'd like to date your daughter. I mean, what can you say to that? If somebody has the courage to call you and say, I like your daughter, can I date her? Well, I don't think there's much to worry about. You know, we're pretty excited about just the whole situation and the whole. You know, we pray for God to send someone to help her acclimate to Moscow, to just be there for her, to be taking her place and helping. I never expected him to send him Nate, but he really did. He's really put you guys together in such a special way that it's just been beautiful to watch. And when Nate came out in March and we got to know him a little bit, and he, you know, we just spent a lot of time just sitting in the kitchen. He's sitting on the cabinet and I'm washing dishes because he eats as much as you do. So we just sit in there and talk and talk and talk. And I'm like, man, God doesn't make mistakes. He always goes way above and beyond anything you can ask him. And he has definitely done that. Just praise him. And now I just have a story to tell you about the lilacs. Because this is so cool. I mean, this is God's hand on this couple from the very beginning. The only thing that Amanda wanted to take away, besides the perfect guy, is lilacs. And everything else is, you know, it's not a big deal where or what or anything. But she was really crazy about lilacs. And we thought, okay, June 24th, that's doable. It's going to be the tail end of the lilac season, but, you know, it might work. So then we're watching the bushes, and it gets really hot, and then it gets really cold. And our lilac bushes are not doing what they're supposed to do. So we found out that they could order from pollen. Well, that wasn't going to work because they only last they're only pretty for a couple of days. So we couldn't order from pollen. It just wasn't going to work. So the florist that we've been working with found a bush in Lake George that she thought was going to make it. And so we're watching this bush for the last few weeks. We're watching all the lilac bushes around. And just watching. And she finally finds a bush that has this little teeny bouquet of lilacs. So just this teensy bouquet. So she goes and she picks it and she brings it in. And we were at the church this morning starting to decorate. And, you know, it's looking really pretty and it's real special. And one of the ladies that was helping us left. And pretty soon she came back in and she said, there's a lilac bush right outside the church, right in the front of the church. And it is loaded with perfect blossoms. It's just loaded. So she comes in and gets the scissors and goes out and she cuts
walks in with this huge bouquet of lilacs. And to me, that's just God saying, ask and you will receive, and you've got it. And God has been so good from the beginning of your lives. I know that you guys are just a match made in heaven. And it's been wonderful to watch you, and I'm really looking forward to watching what He has in store for you, because I know it's special. Because as Brian has shared, as Rob has shared, Nate has had a lot of impact on people in a really positive and really dramatic way. And Nate has too. The people, and Lindsay and Amber and Derek have witnessed to that, but others as well, as she's worked with kids and young people and stuff. And people have always looked up to you guys. And it's not stopping now. We're watching you now as you join together and really set an example of a beautiful young couple that is following the Lord. And I just thank you for who you are. And have fun along.
Well, my name is Wes Rosane, and I've literally grown up with this guy. We went basically from kindergarten all the way up through high school, and he's been the best friend we've ever had. He's always been there for me, always, even through the hard times. Even when we were young, we'd cruise the malls, we were too cool for girls, but somewhere along the way that kind of changed and formed, and I mean, just all the memories that we've had together, all the trips and everything that we've done, it's meant a lot to me, and I'm so glad that you met somebody that is definitely for you. I mean, Amanda was definitely picked specifically for you, and I think y'all are going to be very happy together, and I wish y'all the best, and if I can ever do anything for you guys, let me know, because I'll be there for you.
Later or something, and it's like, man, I don't know what's going on. I want to live for God. I'm focused on Him. I don't have time with my work to do anything else, and yet I'm drawn to her. We keep spending time together. And then a little later, I think, we have a time where they come over, and I have one about Amanda. This just, I can't give you the full effect of this, but we had been in Russia, I think, 3.5 years when Amanda came, and she was a part of the organization we were with, and just my first, probably 15 impressions of Amanda was a big, beautiful, white-toothed smile. There it is, right there. Wonderful, because we had been at times discouraged, and she was just such an encouragement to Astrid and I. My name's Britt, and we've been introduced, but she was such an encouragement to us, just with her smile and her kind, dear attitude, just her nature. It's just such a gift to our team. To our team. And then the story I started on, Nate and Amanda came over. Nate called, Britt, can we come over? We want to talk to you guys about something. We're like, okay, what could that be? And so they come over, and I think we went through the whole dinner, and it was getting really late, and so we were like, okay, guys, come on, I have to figure this out, I'm going to work tomorrow. And so basically, I think we just leveled and said, Nate, come on, let's have it. And it's like, well, and he danced around for another 15 minutes. And I said, we think we're going to start dating or something like that. And they wanted to just talk about it, get some words of advice. And it was just such a neat experience for us to be able to share with them a little bit of our history and to encourage them. And it's been a while, so the story gets a little confused, but somewhere around there, the issue came up that we are not, this was Nate's strong belief, he wanted to still keep his focus on God and church, and he said, we are not going to sit together every single service. And for the rest of the time they were there, I saw the next week they didn't sit together after that, every time. I have an opportunity to say more tomorrow. I do want to say God's blessings on you guys. You have been an inspiration to Astrid and I. Just your ministry with Global Options, with the church, the embassy. It's neat to see people that walk with Christ every day of their lives, and we know you guys are going to do really well. So God bless you.
I guess I'll go next. I first thought I'd go after Sybil because Nate called me Mama number 2. I'm Brian's mama, so Nate became my mama when he became sick with us one night, and I remember that
we were talking about several different things, and something different is mine, but that's not for me. And then, like a month later, maybe it was 2 weeks later, I don't know, it was a very short time, he's sitting by Amanda. And of course, the first thing that popped in my mind was like, ooh, Amanda looks so cute. And I didn't say anything to anybody, I just went home and told Brett, and I said, hey, they look so cute together, do you think maybe? Well, no, maybe a week after that, we find out that they're liking each other. And I've just been so excited, so happy for the two of you, because I've never met another person like Nate, except for maybe my husband, and just someone that is just so, like everyone has said, I've just been praising the Lord for the wonderful compliments that everyone has given about, I mean, God is just present in their lives, and we can just rejoice together in that we've got an example of a couple that is modeling Jesus, and that just makes me so excited, because that's the way it should be, is for us to be able to rejoice with one another about our commitment to Christ. And I really have admired Nate in the time that we knew him. And I knew Amanda just a little amount of time, because when she came was when I finished my commitment with the Moscow Economic School and left. And I wish I would have been able to have more time with you and Jessica, because like Whit said, when they came into our team, they brought so much encouragement and so much. It was just like a breath of pleasant fresh air. And it was just so wonderful for us to have them there, and to know that when we left, that the Lord was going to take care of the organization and everything, and the Lord was going to use them. And so I wish I could have been able to share a little bit more about that, but then when we later found out that y'all were engaged, we were just so excited, so happy for you. And even the thought of missing this occasion and being a part of such a wonderful celebration, I just thought, Lord, if there's any way that we could get on that flight, it was just going to be totally you. And you did it, and that's a gift to me. And I rejoice with you, and I know that you're going to have such a wonderful life together, because the Lord is first and foremost. And I'm just excited to see what He has, and hope that even while you're over there, we can still keep in touch and stay close. I love you.
My name's Carrie, and I'm Amanda's uncle. This is my wife, this is in charge over here, Rose. And Nate, I just want to tell you, we're really blessed that you come into our lives. We know how strong you are as a Christian, and Amanda's always been a very strong Christian. But I want to tell you, watch out before you left.
I have to sit on his lap for this. Kind of a tradition. Through the years, and I'm gonna bawl.
As normal as any. He liked all the regular stuff boys do, and fit in fine with the group of many. But because of godly parents that were more concerned for the things from the inside than out, he began to see that he was to be quite different than those all about. So he saved himself for the one God would call to stand by his side someday. He chose not to conform to the pattern of this world, but to walk in the narrow way. Sorry. Well, across a few states, there was a young girl, and Amanda was her name. At a very young age, God tugged at her heart, and willingly to the Master she came. Blonde hair and blue eyes and a big, beautiful smile. This strong-willed, lovable child. Your mom said you were so but lovable. Liked to play soccer and play the piano and ride horses across the miles. And she knew someday there'd come a young man that God had set aside, so she chose to wait and not give herself, but rather in God's strength abide. Well, God had big plans for Amanda and Nate, but there was this one small problem. You see, one was in one state and one in the other, and the odds of them meeting were slim. That doesn't rhyme there. I always put that in parentheses. parentheses, but, so to increase those odds and show his great might, God sent them both far away, to the country of Russia, where each had a mission and an important role to play. Submitted to God in their daily lives, they both were part of the plan of what God was now doing and setting in motion for this young woman and man. Then came the day that they would meet, each one of them unaware that God was magistrating all that they did in order to make them a pair. Walking close by the side of the Master himself, the two of them finally knew that more was in store than just being friends, because love for each other grew. Well, Nate the Great and Amanda too wanted God's will to be done, so they set a day and a time and place for God to make them one. Because of commitments made to God and each other long before they had met, God is honoring their faithfulness by blessing them each, but the best is in store for them yet. The same thing everybody's been saying. God, I often tell people, there is this kid I know, and by the way, women, mothers in Corpus Christi who have daughters Nathaniel's age are mourning right now. I am so serious. Everywhere you go, mutual friends, it's like, did you hear Nate's get married? But we really are happy for you. And we say, we come to that next, because we know that Amanda was made for you. And that y'all have both saved yourselves for each other, and God is honored in that. And also what was brought out earlier, that people are now going to be watching your marriage. They've watched your lives, and they're now going to be watching your marriage, and that's where the rubber meets the road. And we're really, life gets tougher, but that'll be just a good opportunity for you to show God's love to others. And God bless you both.
Amanda, Nate the Great, I have to go finish decorating.
We would like to spend a whole lot more time together, but I think we have rehearsal to go, don't we?
Yes.
So, thought I had the strength to stand up, but maybe not. I had a lot of things on my mind at first when I knew this evening was coming together. I want to begin to make notes and stuff, but as was pointed out earlier, I'd make a list for everything, and so I figured, what's the point? It's not going to work anyhow. I wish there was a way that I could hug the whole room, because as was mentioned earlier, it's not just two individuals coming together, but two families. And it's been that way since day one for me. When I got to know Rob, I got to know him and his family, and Meg, and all of my friends, Wes, his family. There's so many people that couldn't even make it here that have played a large role in my life. One of the things that came to mind was that the replacement factor. I have a little brother now, although I've had a little sister, and I have an older brother, and now I have another brother and other sisters, and these kind of attachment roles, and none of them replacing one or the other. As each person has stood and said something, it's very humbling, and I do wish to give God all the honor and glory. But nothing has been replaced. as I think about Wes, I think about my own brother, I think about Mr. Rosane, my father, Brian, all of y'all, something has been rubbed off on me, whether it be integrity, whether it be patience, whether it be numerous amounts of things. As I see many of you as adults in your marriages, and I've been able to watch. You're right, the eyes, I guess, will be on us now, but the eyes were on y'all, and I watched, and I am only who I am today because of who y'all are and who y'all have been to me. So, although the glory goes to God, the praise is returned to each of y'all, because otherwise no one lives in a bubble, and that's why I am who I have been and who I will continue to be. I will continue to be Brian's older brother, and I will continue to call for advice and permission on things, as well as to Rob and Britt and Astrid. I owe them a great thanks to coming all the way out as well, as my life moved overseas, whether it be Central America or Israel, and on this occasion Russia. Everywhere God has sent me, He has always provided someone there to encourage me, to sharpen me, to draw me near to God, and to be part of family. And I am extremely grateful for each of you who have made a large effort to come out and be a part of this. We've gotten lots of crock pots, lots of spatulas, lots of Tupperware, and they are much appreciated, much needed, and will be much used. But it is this here that means the most. I have insurance on my house, so if it burns, I'll get the spatula back. But I can't replace any of these things here at all. And I know they will continue to grow as life goes on. And so to each of you, I cannot address and say thanks enough to each of you. They don't allow that amount of time here in this place. But I hope that I won't wait for another occasion as such to try to express that, but that every day I might make the opportunity to do that in some fashion, because I owe all of y'all my life, my world, my parents. I say to them, there's a whole Elijah thing. When I was young and growing up, I looked up to my father and asked if I could just have half of what he is and who he is and what he's done. I'm much satisfied, above and beyond the rest. And then when I thought of Elijah and Elijah, I thought, you know what, shucks, let's go double. I want twice the blessing. But still, if I come with half of what y'all have, I'll be proud to stand when my son is here and to give him my blessing. And each of y'all have played a great role in my life, obviously. When it was flowers, it was mom. When it was sports, it was dad. When it was math, it was dad. When it was walks, it was mom. When there's tears, it was mom, sometimes from dad, from the math homework. But they've always balanced each other out. And I remember their 25th anniversary, and just looking back on 25 years of their life. And I couldn't ask for anything greater than them at all. And God has seen fit to continue in His character and bless our family for no reason of my own, with my brother and my sister, who have both been inspirations. And it is a great pleasure that I'm able to look at my sister and hear what she said about the way things were, but the joy comes to what things are now. And I long to come home from Moscow to get to know you as well, and enjoy the time that we did. And we saw the rest of our life together, and I look forward to it because I know where you are now and where you stand on things. And my brother, although he says I'm his inspiration, it has been life to date has been spent with him. Although he left when he was 18 to go to college, we never left each other. I didn't know that I'd get that with my brother. Not every brother does. But there is in life, hopefully for each one, someone who you connect with so intimately that just being known by them, just having someone else in the world who knows you, who knows what you're thinking. When I get a letter from Josh in Russia or whatever country, I canceled everything for the night. I went home and I got a cup of hot tea and I sat in bed and I read the letter over and over and over. His words mean everything to me. And he has been always my inspiration. Sorry. It's the other way around. I'm grateful for my grandparents who were able to make it. Grandmother has been love to me. Grandfather, since I was a boy, I always would go up and visit, and he'd take me out to the wood shop and he'd build things with me. He thought he was just building wood, but he was building more. He was building a little boy. And back in that wood shop and in that old Chevy truck of yours, he had a part in building me. And my aunt and uncle, John and Sherry, were able to make it out. We've talked about mother number 2, and there's been mother 3, and mother 4, and mother 5, and so on and so forth. There's been many mothers, but for years, and continue to be, Sherry has always been a mother to us, all 3 of us kids, always. We could always get soda and sugar cereal at her house. When we had carrots and Cheerios at our house. Rations of Kool-Aid. She did a fair job of spoiling us, but she did a much better job loving us. And I'm grateful as well. So, there's so many. My greatest gratitude to all of you for coming out. Wes. And to my bride, I can only remember the first 2 months of our courting, dating, and how I just every morning would say, God, there's nothing wrong with it, and it's wonderful, but it just doesn't seem like the way I thought it would be. I thought it's moving too fast, whatever, and finally I just threw up my hands and said, all right, God, you win. Oh, poor you. I said, all right, God, you win, because I thought I had all my wisdom together, and I thought, I was going to do this and that and whatnot. And I was sorry that I wasn't able to meet you guys in person and ask for her hand in person. But I was grateful that we were able to do it over the phone and to call for permission to date her, although you declined the first. I was warned that you were a prankster. I remember when we first started dating, the first night we went out for groceries, we picked up our film, and came home, and she almost stepped out in front of a Mercedes, so I grabbed her hand and I didn't let go for a few hours. And then 144 days later, I remember talking to my father and saying, I really think the big L is coming up. I think I love her. And I said, I don't want, that's a very expensive word to me. And he talked me through it. And so I wrote her a letter right afterwards because I knew I couldn't actually voice it. I picked her up from school, we walked to the park, and I read her the letter, and I told her I loved her. And it was so huge. I mean, I bawled like a baby for I don't know how long. And it just finally rushed out of me. And from then on, every day, I mean, at lunchtime, I had in my hard hat her phone number at work. And I'd rush and I'd grab something to eat or maybe just go straight to the phone and I'd call her, and I just longed. I didn't want to finish the conversation, but I knew it came to an end soon, and I longed to just tell her I love you. And I don't know if it was greater to hear from her or to say it because it felt so good. And then about 167 days from the day we started dating,
Give or take.
Give or take. We went out to eat to our favorite Indian restaurant. and I had known that God had told me. And I remember early on I said, you know, when God gives me the answer, because I've been praying for a while, Lord, is this the one? I don't know what's going on. If it's not, then you need to do something else or whatever. And I remember talking to a good friend of mine in Russia who's not here, and I said, it'll be like an optical illusion. If you look at a piece of paper from the side, it's very thin, you can barely recognize it. If you turn to the side, you see the full page. I knew that's how God was going to answer me, that finally he would say one thing, it would finally line up, and the answer would turn, and I would notice that the whole time this answer has been laid out for a long time, and I would just have to catch the fraction of that optical illusion, and that's how it was. He made it so clear that if he had to make it any clearer, he would use a donkey to tell me. So we went to that restaurant, and my plan was to take her around St. Basil's, the picture that you have on there. Thank you, Mom. We'd like to walk around it and see the architecture of it. My plan was to walk around it and just kind of go over the last 5.5 months of our courting, because it was about 2.5 weeks before I had to leave the country, and just end up on the backside and propose to her there on a small carpet of snow. We got the taxi and we went out there, and I had forgotten that it was Defender of the Nation's Day. It's like Men's Day. It's a national holiday. And so we got out, we stood behind the church before we could start walking. These large fireworks went off all over, like 4th of July, huge, a city celebration, and hardly anyone was at Red Square. They were out partying somewhere. And these huge fireworks started going off, and I looked at her, and I thought, that's my cue, forget it. So I told her to take a few steps back. I stepped back, and I just told her basically, God has given me an answer as a form of a question. And she said, absolutely. And that's the picture you have there. And that isn't the actual one. I wasn't going to be so sacrilegious as to take a picture of the at moment. That was about 10 minutes afterwards. We found a passerby to take a picture of us. But once again, I say thanks to you all and to my bride. I still long for the day to say I love you. And I pray that although those words now don't seem to be able to do enough, it seems like there's more than just I love you. It doesn't seem to encapsulate everything. I pray, with God's help, that the rest of my life will be a love letter to you, that every moment will be spent in showing you the love that he's given me. And that was once told me that God's love is like a little egg cup, like a small ashtray. That can hold all the oceans in a small ashtray on one condition, if you let it overflow. And I pray that God's love will overflow through me. And by that, maybe be qualified on that day to stand before him and hear him say, well done, thou good and faithful servant. I pray to present you to him someday. Thank you
Is there anything that you would like to say about it?
No. There were lots of things, but I couldn't say a word.
Well,
we're way behind schedule. Bonnie's being so gracious, but we were supposed
to just be lit. So you have the ushering in of grandparents, then you have the ushering in of parents, finishing with, yes, finishing with your mother.
That's her.
Yes, that's correct.
That's,
Finishing with her, with your mother, and when that is finished, when that is finished, Nate, you'll come out with Britt and I from this door right over here. Okay, Nate is the only one that's coming with us. All you guys are back there. You're going to escort your
but a chemistry that's paying dividends today.
We played real well last year. The second half of the season, we got red hot and the Italian sauce into that wildcard spot. But, when we came home, we didn't have a real big crowd. So we got really used to it. But it's getting better. Slowly but surely, it's starting to come out. And, if they don't, they're missing a good prospect.
I think they started to feel with it last year. I mean, it's something special when you have talent and you have youth. And that starts to come together in games of confidence. And I think that's what helped so much last year.
With most of the team's nucleus signed to long-term contracts, it's clear that even if the A's come up short this season, that over the next few years, they could be the best by the Bay.
I think this town can grow with this team. That's one of the biggest complaints I hear about all over the place. You can't stay with the team anymore. You got this guy leaving, you got that guy leaving. This team can grow, and they've locked up all these young kids now for 4 years. So this team can stay together for a long time.
Still ahead on SportsCenter, the scene Net fans have been used to seeing for over a year. Jason Williams and Street Clothes, his future up next.
If, in fact, it's the end for one, might be the beginning of a pro career for another. Where might Chris Milne call home? Don't eat till Wednesday night.
Hi, I'm Jennifer Erdley Fisher, and I'm proud to announce that I'm now with Prudential Professional Realtors.
Jennifer, consistently a top producer, together with Prudential, the fastest growing real estate company in Teller County, is the winning combination for real estate sales. If you're thinking about selling your home, choose the team that provides you the most extensive marketing package and personalized service. Choose Jennifer Erdley Fisher and Prudential Professional Realtors, now conveniently located in the center of Gold Hill Place in downtown Woodland Park.
If you're thinking of building your dream home in Teller County, call Carol Parks at Mountain Mortgage. She can really make it happen.
If you're looking to finance a home or refinance or looking to find out what your options are, get a hold of Carol Parks at Mountain Mortgage.
When you want a home, go to the best. See Carol Parks at Mountain Mortgage.
Hi, I'm Carol Parks, and I'm your Teller County mortgage professional, helping to make your dreams come true.
It stands as ESPN's most creative work in its 20-year history. New York Times, The Washington Post says, arguably the most comprehensive sports documentaries ever pieced together. The Emmy and Peabody Award-winning SportsCenter returns. All new original episodes, beginning July 10th, only on ESPN Classic. To get ESPN Classic, call 1-800-CLASSIC today. SportsCenter, the top 50 and beyond.
Tina Thompson scores 19 points. Cheryl Swoops adds 14. The Houston Comets beat Orlando for their third straight win. Jason with a Y. Williams, New center, North Media type 5 for his first. We're called it to remember within days, yeah. Williams hasn't played in over a year since breaking his right leg and tearing up his knee in that collision with his teammate Stephon Marbury. That being said, the Nets still trying to pay Williams almost all of the remainder of his $85 million contract, even though his team has no contractual obligation to do so. This is according to David Aldridge. The 9-year NBA veteran put up his best numbers in his last 4 seasons when he averaged almost 11 points and 12 boards a game. How will the absence of Williams affect what the Nets do with their #1 draft pick Wednesday? We bring in Stuart Scott and the Cats for the answer.
The New Jersey Nets are on the clock. Think Allen Iverson and some Duncan #1 pick, Andy Katz at ESPN.com. Do not think Fergus Ellison, Joe Carroll. All right. The Nets are going to be without Jason Williams, who's going to retire. Does that mean that Kenyon Martin, National Collegiate Player of the Year, is the obvious choice for the
He is. He's really their only choice for them to draft at that #1 slot. Kenyon Martin, right now, he's the only player in this draft that can be a dominating player. That's what New Jersey needs. They're certainly going to get a lot of offers for that #1 pick, but the odds are right now that they will keep it and they will draft Kenyon Martin.
Question marks. He had that injury, he broke his leg in the Conference USA tournament last season. Is there any way that leg is not 100% because he hasn't worked out yet?
Well, there's always that possibility, and right now, Kenyon Martin has not worked out for a lot of different teams. It's kept it very quiet. He's going on his doctor's orders, but there's a good chance that when camp opens in the fall that Martin will be able to play. That's what he said at the Chicago pre-draft camp, and that's his party line right now.
And a couple of months ago, Chris Mim was the guy everyone figured would be the #2 pick. The quote-unquote all-around center. Chris Mim, Joel Prisbilla, the 2 true centers here in the draft. Has Mim slipped, and if so, how much?
Well, he's only slipped because other guys have risen up, like Still Miles slipped. He's going to go to number 2 to Vancouver. And then Darius Miles has slid up to number 4, possibly Marcus Fizer, number 3 to the Clippers. So that's why Mim has slipped down to where, conceivably, he could be drafted number 7 by Chicago.
Darius Miles, a high school phenom from St. Louis. In fact, he went to Michael Jordan's camp last summer. MJ always picked Darius for his team. Is he the truth as far as a high school kid coming up?
Well, it certainly is in terms of hype right now, because Miles is getting all of it. He's moved up from being a middle first-round guy to being a lock to the lottery to now where he's top 4, and the Bulls aren't going to pass on him at number 4. There's always the factor that the Clippers could take him at number 3 instead of Marcus Fizer. If the Clippers do that, that will definitely throw a wrench in the entire lottery.
And Darius will go, no, not the Clippers! I'm kidding. Still Miles Swift made a big leap up to probably the number 2 selection. Any big surprises, say, in the last 48 hours?
Yeah, there's a couple of them, mainly Keon Doolin from Missouri. There's a 6'3" sophomore point guard, Jamal Crawford from Michigan. Those are the big point guards who can play a couple of different positions. And those guys have climbed up to where they could get into the late lottery. 2 of the guys of note, Jerome Moiso of UCLA has really climbed up to where he may go at number 9 to Houston. And then Desmond Mason of Oklahoma State, 6'6" swingman. Right now, he will not get past number 7 from Seattle. He's a guy that might not have been a first-round pick as late as a week ago.
Adam, we appreciate, okay, I'm kidding. I call him Adam one time. It's really Andy. We appreciate your time, Andy Katz. Fred Whitfield, new salary cap deal with the Washington Wizards. First day on the job on Monday. Talk about a pressure for 48 hours.
Thank you, Stuart, and thank you, Andy. Log on to ESPN.com Tuesday on the eve of the big night. Why? Because Andy Katz will be online live from Minneapolis. He'll hold his final mock draft, and you can get involved. You can even ask Andy questions.
Still to come on SportsCenter, more from the WNBA. Utah had an incredible shooting night from the field and the stripe. Natalie Williams leading the way.
How do you define a villain? An essay by Dan Levitard coming up on sports' all-time bad guys.
Watch RPM tonight, every night on ESPN2.
Pep Boys knows how to give you a great deal on tires. They don't run specials on just one car. Pep Boys discounts every size in stock. That means all Cornell 808 35,000-mile tires, 4 for $99. Futura 855 65,000-mile tires, 4 for $129. Or get our Futura 70,000-mile tires, all sizes, 4 for only $169. Pep Boys, cars like us, people love us.
Most people admire this house. Seed eaters envy the Chiefs.
It was late in the fourth quarter. Joe Montana was struggling to come from 11 points behind. He'd already been sacked 8 times, and as the clock ticked away, the opposing team started celebrating. They figured there was no way Montana could score 2 more touchdowns. They were right. He scored 3.
When you're an original, you do it your own way. Original Coors.
Expect more from an original. Original Coors.
No, made in the water. Come on.
I wonder if there's a $50,000 raise. What?
This is Brian's new Lexus IS. Brian leads a go-for kind of life. Brian is also completely insane.
Why don't you get those options?
That's it. For the rest of us, Brian's car is exciting enough. The new IS is sufficiently radical.
Hey, what's up, Tom?
Hey, Stu. Is there a lot of security around here?
Yeah. What do you mean?
You know, security guard.
I'm Gary Miller in Los Angeles, inviting you to join us for the next up-close Pit Fight Pals takeover. I'll try to corner him on Bob Knight, his critic, the upcoming draft, and the future to being a successful father-in-law. Also his new book, 5:30 East.
In a world where a collect call can cost you dearly, 2 warriors show the way. 1-800-CALL-ATT presents Dialogue Dragons. The race on low with the action sky high. 1-800-CALL-ATT.
The student has become the teacher.
Get 800 HEG Curl at homes everywhere. In a world of sometime over-commercialization and endless official sponsorship, it's nice to sit back and take a moment to simply marvel at the inherent beauty of Olympic sport. Okay, moment over. Be sent the only card accepted at the Olympic Games of the new millennium.
Those are the teeth that protect our beer from wussies and place kickers. Introducing crisp, easy drinking Beck's Light.
My name is David. My second name is Zeke. Hungry young dog. I'm blue like a penguin, look like a tuxedo, so hook me up just like Louis and Doritos. David, it's a good.
Only 11 of his 21 pitches worth of strikes on Sunday, but it was still good enough to earn controversial Braves reliever John Rocker his first big league victory since last August 22nd. Teammate Chipper Jones said it was another good step for Rocker. This Thursday, Rocker will step into Shea Stadium for the first time since he made those now infamous disparaging comments about New York and New Yorkers. A distraction? Yes. Safety hazard? Teammates hope not.
It's going to be like playoff. Playoff time, there was an extra security there. There was a lot of, forces everywhere, police everywhere. And I expect the same. Because, the mayor's involved and he's concerned and everybody else is concerned. So, Major League Baseball is concerned.
I don't know about the situation you go through with a lot of security or all that. I'm trying to forget about that. The only concern we actually started throwing one in every game. I hope, got a lot of safety there. Even that, so it looks like it's not playing right now.
Chipper Jones added, we usually dread going to New York because of the team we have to play. Now we're dreading it for all the wrong reasons. There will be some 500 police officers at Shea for each game of the series. That's 10 times more than usual. But hey, without a villain to boo, what fun would it be to cheer the sports hero? ESPN The Magazine, Dan Lebertard reports that if in fact Rocker is a bad guy, he's got plenty of company.
What is a villain exactly? A dictionary definition would be a, quote, wicked or evil person, end quote. Yanni comes to mind, for example. But we're going to have to dig a little deeper here because the sports villain is an altogether different animal. You need not be wicked or evil to be a sports villain, just hate it intensely and without apology. John Rocker certainly qualifies as the helpful hissing Mets crowd will be sure to remind him this week when he ventures back into New York. Literally or figuratively, the villain usually wears some kind of black hat, whether it be Jesse James's or Darth Vader's. But Boston will make a small exception for Yankee Roger Clemens, letting the hat be navy blue. The villain stirs a unique, visceral poison in the city's sporting public, often because he is started. Which is why Red Sox fans made one of their own a villain, Bill Buckner, and also officially changed Bucky Dent's name to Bucky Bleeping Dent. It always helps when the villain colorfully embraces his role as Detroit's bad boys did once upon a time, and Reggie Miller still does today whenever he grabs his throat to show Knicks fans what their favorite team is doing. Speaking of choking, LaFleur Sprewell would make a good villain whenever he returns to Golden State. Claude Lemieux, who regularly leads the league in evil, is so good a cartoon villain that he might as well be sinisterly twisting the end of his handlebar mustache. But a better hockey example of the kind of hatred only the best sports villains can produce is Denny Potvin, so despised by Rangers fans that they still chant Potvin sucks at home games 12 years after his retirement. Villainy can be an additive, represented well by the unapologetic smugness of Bob Knight, the straw that stirs the distinct swagger of Reggie Jackson, or the lawless swashbuckling of those University of Miami championship football teams. But the villain must win once in a while, just enough to make you jealous, which explains why the Clippers have never had a villain at all. The definition of sports villainy can be flippant. Is Dennis Rodman a good villain or a good clown? The John McEnroe the villain all the time, or did he become the good guy when playing unsmiling Yvonne Lendl? And how often do politics creep into this equation, as it did with the Russian hockey team? But villainy is a lot like love and beauty. You know it when you see it. And you'll see it this week. You'll see it the moment John Roberts steps foot in Shea Stadium.
Dan Le Batard, thanks. Interesting stuff. Derek Bell, he's not a villain. He just likes hip-hop. He's also part of Top Plays. Next.
If you suffer from any of these health problems, a relaxing, affordable, Craftmatic adjustable bed with built-in massage and soothing heat may provide the temporary relief from pain you've been looking for. Call toll-free now so we can mail you our free information pack. Inside are facts about the Craftmatic Model 2 that costs hundreds less than many quality flat beds. And the Craftmatic Model 3 that is 50% less than the Model 2's low cost. 50% less. Call now and we'll also mail you this special free $200 off rebate certificate. It's good for $200 off the Craftmatic Model 1 bed of your choice. Don't suffer needlessly. Get the facts about the affordable adjustable beds that may provide temporary relief. Call for this helpful free money-saving information right away. There's absolutely no obligation.
Call 1-800-544-1000 toll-free. That's 1-800-544-1000. Call toll-free 1-800-544-1000.
Great outdoor games start July 27th on ESPN and ESPN2.
Davis giving chase. Makes the play.
In the shallow left field, Matt Lawton running a long way, makes a diving play. Broken back grounder, Watson.
Drive on in. Gets down the punt. Stevenson to third.
Gets up left side, diving stop. Guzman throws to first and gets it. All over the world. It's a hot shot. Bagwell will go to third. And out.
Sticks the bat out. Tough play made. Did they get two? Yes.
What about these guys? They call friends and family to watch SportsCenter. Juan Encarnacion went 4 for 5 on Tigers, Cumberland of the Indians. Brett Boone, another 5 RBIs for the Padres. Now has 14 in his last 5 games. And it's become the Benny and June show. Agbayani with 2 homers now has 5 jacks for 8 starts this month.
Oh, sure, you get the heroes, and I get the villains once again. The 3 pitchers on this list, Washburn, Burba, and Hort Hershiser, allow a combined 23 earned runs with just 10 in the third. Oral drops to 1-5. The ERA higher than 13 on the season.
Yeah, Steve, Oral was miserable, but it doesn't even come close to the worst pitching performances of all time. When we come back, something you did not know about pitching ineptitude.
Man, time for your speech. I remember Ted's first present. He knew his way around. What was the lady saying? Kathy, I feel like I know almost better than Ted.
Don't be a victim of bitter beer. Drink Keystone. America's never bitter beer. Always a great taste, never a bitter face. Thank you.
And thank you.
Keystone, always smooth, never bitter. On July 28th, the Clubs are back for second. Mama.
What's your message, girl?
They don't thank you, Tyler.
Papa.
Don't put out my chest.
Sherman. And even Daddy. Eddie Murphy is the Clubs. Nutty Professor 2, The Clubs. Rated PG-13. Starts Friday, July 28th in theaters everywhere.
We got a hostage situation here. 50 tackle players just hike their connection.
peanut butter crackers? Seriously, that's what we striped donuts. Albie, why are you doing this? Why? We're America's league. They gotta see this. You shouldn't eat that stuff, man. It'll kill you.
What? We got prostitutes over here.
MLS Soccer Saturday on ESPN and ESPN2. Sports Center is brought to you by 1-800-CALL-ATT for collect calls.
Natalie Williams, 21 points, 14 boards. Utah over Sacramento. Utah shooting 52% from the field, 93% from the line to make up the 20 turnovers.
We're not picking on him, it just seems that way. Oral Hershiser's now punked 11 batters this season in fewer than 25 innings of work. Remember that is tied to the major league lead with a pretty good guy, AJ Martinez.
No question, Steve. The need of pitcher figures to challenge this record. What record? This record. Did you know the modern record for the most hit batsmen? One season, 41 by the Dodgers, Joe McGinnity back in 1900. Since then, no pitcher has hit even half as many bats.
Michigan head football coach Lloyd Carr has his contract extended to 2005.
That's it for us. I'm Linda Cohen.
I'm Steve Levy. Thanks for watching. Busch Lysol 200 coming up next.
Sounds good.
Sports Center is a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For more, log on to ESPN.com. Part of the Go Network. Go.com.
Jeff Green had an upsetting start to the 2000 season and had to battle with the Winston Cup stars early. In their absence, he still a tremendous point and is going for 3 wins in a row. This week, he'll have to contend with talented road racer Ron Fellows here at the Glen. Dale Jr. overtook Fellows last year. The victory on route with the series title. Will Jeff Green be able to survive this road to the championship? ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports, and NASCAR 2000. Today, we're live from Watkins Glen International. It's the NASCAR Busch Series, the Lysol 200, and we have a 7% chance of rain. It is very windy, 25 to 35 miles an hour, and overcast, hot, and humid. Take a look at the championship point chase. Jeff Green commanding 299-point lead over Todd Bodine at the halfway mark of the season. But today, he's got to duke it out with Ron Fellows and the other 42 contenders. Cars are on the racetrack right now, making the pace laps on Suzuki starting grid. The top 13 all beat last year's record qualifying mark. Ron Fellows at 1 minute, 13.8 seconds. Timmy Fedewa got the wall in qualifying, but they were able to fix the car. He will stay on that number 2 starting spot. And a couple other very good road racers in that top 15. DJ Jones will start 4th. Butch Leitzinger will start 7th. You can see Kevin Harvick with a good performance. Rookie contender starts 9th. He is the points leader in the Rookie of the Year championship chase. Curtis Markham is the number 4 for Jeff Purvis. Then on down you see Ron Hornaday, who's 2nd in that rookie chase. He'll start 24th. And starting 25th, you see Ashton Lewis, another good road racer there. And also, Mike Wallace starts 27th, coming off a good 4th place yesterday in the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series race. And as we move to the last page of our starting grid, Jason Leffler tagged the wall on the 2nd qualifying lap. He had to go to a backup car. He'll start at the rear of the field. Randy LaJoy had a horrible qualifying session. He's 35th. Dick Trickle also tagged the wall in happy hour. He's in Dale Quarter's car. He will stop and change drivers. He will get in at the first available yellow. So there is the 44 starting cars that made the field. Lights out on the pace car. Our race analysis, 2.45 miles. 4.5 miles on this road course. 82 laps, just over 2 miles. The pit window up to 40 laps for fuel. And 84 and some change is the race record set by Terry LaFont back in 96. 11 turns. The banking range from 6 to 10 degrees is just under $675,000 for the first. And boy, do we have a bunch of onboards today. 8 in all. Randy LaJoy will start 35th in the Bob Evans Chevrolet. And starting 26, Mike Dillon in the number 21 Rockwell Automation Chevrolet. Starting 24th, Ron Hornaday in the number 3 Napa Auto Parts Chevrolet. Starting 21st will be Jay Sauter, the number 43 Quality Farm Country Chevrolet. There you can see the wiper there.
Curtis Harker starts 16th in number 4, Quarter Cable Power Tools Pontiac. And starting 5th, number 48, Mike McLaughlin, the Dual Pumps Chevrolet. And starting 4th, T. Jones in the yellow. And on the pole, number 87, Ron Fellows, Full Hill Vineyards.
And Fellows, yes, the backup truck, leased from John Conley. Managed to come back from dead last in the field to finish 3rd. Let's get an update on what's happening down pit lane. Dave Burke.
Marty, considering what that crew went through, the truck was pretty good for Fellows, but it wasn't a road race truck, and it really wallowed. It didn't have a lot of the stiffening braces that you would normally put in a road course type truck in that case. Today, he's a lot more comfortable in the 87 car. That thing has been solid ever since they went out and forgot and actually decided not to go to the first practice because they were so confident. The car is very, very good, and with a new body on it after last year's second place finish, Ron is confident he can take it and keep it at the front of the field again today.
Fellows behind the pace car. They're on the move there to make their way on the track. Amy East, what do you have from pit lane right before we go green?
Well, our current point leader, Jeff Green, is starting from the 10th position. And when asked, can you win 3 in a row and capture this victory? Well, the answer is not quite as clear. Sure, he would like to win, but he knows he's not a road racer. He knows that he needs to just stay smooth. Smooth is the key to Watkins Glen. Keep your marks on, and it's survival. He hopes to have a top 5 finish, and hopefully he helps some of those road racers up front will have some misfortunes. And Greg Biffle, yesterday in the truck race, he got the 3 in a row, and Green hopes he can do it as well.
Well, Jeff Green has done well here in the past. In 95, he was 5th. In 96, he was 6th. Last year, he had some problems, though, and came home in 40th position. He does not want to repeat that.
Well, we haven't talked yet, but the big question mark is weather, because it definitely could rain. And these guys have not had a chance to run in the rain. The trucks ran in practice in the rain last year, but not a lot of these guys have a lot of wet weather experience.
Kevin Harvick was a part of that truck contingent last year in the number 2 AC Delco Chevrolet. Ron Hornaday as well. Mike Wallace had some rain experience. But of course, T.J. Jones and our pole sitter Ron Fellows would get the definite advantage. But talking to Fellows, he doesn't want it to rain. We're getting ready to go green. The Lysol 200 is underway.
Hold on. Yesterday, Jack Spread got spun out on that first lap, first turn. Everybody made it through today. And Elton Sawyer actually got up alongside Ron Fellows, but Fellows much deeper on the brakes going down into turn 1.
Lining up in the freight train through the S is the fastest curving section of this racetrack. Now down onto the back straightaway, heading for the inner loop. There's Timmy Fedor, dropped back to 3rd from his 2nd starting position. Sawyer actually did in that 2nd spot. There's TJ in the yellow and gray.
Here, this is where Fedor crashed his car during qualifying. Right here, that barrier on the left, which is covered in styrofoam. And that styrofoam really saved his car. They were able to fix it and put it back in the race.
And the whole back end right up to the fuel cell. You're right. You credit the styrofoam with saving more damage.
Getting ready to complete lap number 1. Surprise, surprise. The road racing ace, Ron Fellows, is going to lead it.
Sawyer 2nd, Tim Fedor is 3rd, T.J. Jones 4th, and Mike McLaughlin round out the top 5.
They have a look there, but nothing in it for him down into turn 1. It's still very early going here, a long way to go. These guys do not want to use these cars, especially the brakes. Brakes work here in the race, especially for Ron Fellows.
T.J. Jones had his best Winston Cup finish here in 93. He came home in 8th. Kevin Harvick.
And an interesting tidbit on T.J. Jones is that T.J. owns the overall qualifying record for the long course here at Watkins Glen.
Side by side, they think better of it there. Make their way through the inner loop. Just a couple of guys tried to bizarrely.
Well, there's no such thing as side by side once you turn in there. There's really only room for one car through the inner loop. So you better make up your mind. By the time you decide to turn in off that back straightaway into the inner loop, you better be lined up single file. Look at a wiper there. A lot of these cars, they have not put the wipers on them, but they can snap them on very quickly during the pit stop if they need to.
And that's the number 92 also, I'll tell you, of Jimmy Johnson. He's running in 13th right now. I don't think that'll distract his attention too much. Of course, that's the big challenge for the wiper on these cars. Casey Atwood looking underneath. That's Curtis Markham in the quarter cable car. And side by side, they hang on to it. Ron Hornaday picks up some ground. He tucks in right behind Atwood. He's going to try and go with them as they go. You don't want to get caught out there on the outside going up the hill. You see Hornaday had to crack under the throttle there. He should be able to run up there flat. Hornaday celebrated his 42nd birthday last Tuesday. Nothing he'd like better than to win his first series race. You see he's still flipping the curves the same way he did in the Truck Series last year. He's not shy if they use those curves. And actually, that first curve used to be very, very big there at the inner loop, and they lowered it. Now these guys use a lot more road. Back up front to our race leader, that is Ron Fellows in the Bully Hill Vineyard Chevrolet. Stay with us. We've got a lot more coming away from the Lysol 200.
Introducing the incredible GSX 1300R Hayabusa, the largest displacement sport that Suzuki has ever built. It's proof you don't need wings to fly.
Good evening, sir. Your finest table reservation. You'll find it under Washington. George Washington? Sir, it's only $1. Only $1. Don't you know that with 10, 10, 2, 20, all tolls up to 20 minutes for only 99 cents, and just 7 cents a minute after that. Plus, there's no monthly fee. Great rates and no monthly fee? All day, every day.
Dial 10-10-220.
Eddie, is that real?
Beware the spray.
The spray got you? But you were near the tree.
The spray is like no other. Fine, and next my roots are like much.
Roundup. No root, no weed, no problem.
This summer, why go fishing when you could go to Texas to catch big summer circle savings? Come in for a Castrol GTX oil change with filter for $16.88. $16.88 for a Castrol oil change. Hurry in now to Pep Boys. I like us. People love us.
You guys are hot. Hey, too.
Today's Working Series race, the Lysol 200, is being brought to you by Pep Boys. Ours like us, people love us. By Suzuki, maker of innovative motorcycles and ATVs. And by Roundup. Roundup kills weeds down to the root. Roundup, no root, no weed, no problem. We've had a few interesting moments while we were in commercial break. Take a look at second place. T.J. Jones has gotten up 2 positions. Got around Elton Sawyer just the last lap. The lap before that, Tim Fiedler. So now 2 road racing veterans at the front of this pack. Then also, Mike Olson in the Little Trees car came into the pits on fire. It looked like they had a crack in maybe the fuel line in there under there, but the fire is out. Finished 18th here last year after starting 43rd. This is what it looked like when they got in there and they realized that it was getting a little hot.
Well, it was actually, yeah, the fire was under the back when there it is. And it was burning up the back when he rolled it down pit lane. And it may have gone out temporarily, but it was in there.
Take a look. Yeah, see, there was a leak in there somewhere, but you can see it. And that's just a couple of laps before he caught on fire. So obviously it hit maybe the hot pipes underneath there and then ignited. Whoop! Off course excursion for Justin Labonte as he pulls it back out. Gets underway. That's the exit of turn 1 area. Justin's 40th. Also involved in the incident was number 11, Jason Jarrett, Rayo Pontiac.
And he was 39, so that makes sense.
So action even in the back of the field. Take a look as we go back and show you what happened. Oh, there they are. Yeah, looks like they got together, maybe.
Well, one of them was 39th, the other one was 40th. So going down to turn one. Actually, a great job there to not get that car buried in the pea gravel there down to turn one. Because once you get buried, you will be going down a lot. Of course, NASCAR is forced to go to full course yellow if those cars get buried in the gravel. And look at Fellows not even using all the road as he comes out of the loop. That tells you a lot. Oh, that was coming down the back straight. Okay, that's better. I was thinking, boy, he's not driving that car very hard. Not using as much curb as the other guys.
He's led all 6 laps so far. His lead's about 2.4 seconds. Look a little bit further back. There is Jeff Green running comfortably behind Todd Bodine. Bodine running in 6th. Right in front of him, Mike McLaughlin. And also, well, there's Kevin Harvick. Looks like Harvick has dropped to the 10th position. This time by, we'll get a better idea. The margin now up to 2.6 seconds over second place. P.J. Jones, Elton Sawyer third. Bodine has dropped to 7th. Lights in the midfield get to 6th. That was the change. And then we will see this battle going on. Let's go on board with Mike McLaughlin. Looks like he's going to pick up a spot. He's trying to get around Tim Fedewa and has succeeded. So that moves McLaughlin into the 4th spot. Yeah, Fedewa looks like he may have dropped 2 positions because that is not the familiar family colors. In fact, there you see him was a little bit further back. So yes, in fact, he dropped more than that. He's behind Bodine as well. Into the clutches of Jeff Green.
Well, that's peculiar because Fedewa looked like he had a nice run on turn 11 down the front straightaway, and all of a sudden 2 cars go by him. Probably one of those situations where he got forced out down in turn 1, and as they were going up the S's, they were side by side. They got forced out going up through the S's, and that killed the speed down the back straightaway.
McLaughlin going through. There is Fedewa. You can hardly tell from until you get up close to the car. The crew did a magnificent job of getting it back in, rearranged. Dave Burns, you got more on Tim Fedewa?
Marty, I spoke to him just before he got in the car today, and he said that when he drove the car back to the garage, he really didn't know what he had, but the crew found that it really wasn't bent, that it was pretty much cosmetic. When they put it back together, though, of course, he didn't know when he started out. I just talked with Billy Nakowitz, the crew chief, and he said that he hasn't said anything. Tim has not said anything on the radio, so he's still just feeling the car out. And Tim admitted to me he is being a bit more careful today after going off course during his qualifying run, pushing it just a bit too hard.
He's also had 5 DNFs this year in 15 races, and Kevin Harvick is in the pit. This is an unscheduled stop here early, and now they had to back him up. Now the Jack's going under it a second time. This is turning into a long, lengthy stop.
Well, Marty, this is not such a bad deal because remember last year, now granted it was under yellow, but we had a yellow at about this point in the race last year. Ron Fellows, Dale Earnhardt Jr. both pitted, and that was what guaranteed them that they would just do one more stop. So as long as Harvick doesn't go down a lot, he'll be okay.
So we're going to take a commercial break. We'll check and see if that was unscheduled or if it perchance was a bit of strategy with the lights off 200.
Vectra Bank invites you to take advantage of our experienced management team. We're pleased to introduce our newest commercial lender, Terry Hellman. Terry comes to Vectra Bank with over 21 years of banking experience. He joins Woodland Park Vectra's management team of banking professionals, whose combined careers cover 95 years of banking experience. Vectra Bank is proud to be a vital part of our community and looks forward to serving you. Whether it's shopping, one-hour photos, color copies, digital imaging and output, or family portraits, Peak Photo is your full-service photo lab, featuring wedding photography, senior portraits, family reunions, and family pets. A great assortment of frames, albums, and custom framing. At Peak Photo, you will also find a complete line of Pentax cameras and Pentax Sport optics, all at guaranteed low prices. If you're visiting, stop in and pick up a free map from your hometown professionals at Peak Photo and Portrait Studio.
Family application. Some sports center anchors drivers are bad too. The rest of us just try to help out when we can. You know, like in the road. Dear Fred,
Great race here for the position on the back, and we've got a car spinning. Look at Steele, he's on the inside, throws him, whoa, hard into the wall.
Friday on ESPN, the MCI World Competition National Midget Car Series takes to the Trinity High Bank Quarter Mile at Anderson Speedway in Indiana. 20-year-old rookie phenomenon points leader Jason Campbell trying to slow down the red-hot Jay Drake. That is on Thunder, a special edition on ESPN Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern Time. For more, log on to ESPN.com, part of Go Network, Go.com. And all of us here want to send our best to Larry Rice, underwent surgery earlier this week. Larry, get well soon. We're thinking of it. Kevin Harvick is back out on the racetrack. He is in 38th position. Amy, what's the deal? Was it strategy or was it a problem?
No problems down here. Just spoke with Todd Barrier, who is Kevin Harvick's crew chief, and he said that this was a routine stop for left side tires and fuel, and this was part of his pit strategy. Remembering that this team came from the NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series, they were paid particular attention to that wrench yesterday, and they watched Greg Biffle's team, and they know that stopping early can pay off in the end.
During the commercial break, he's now got open track. Well, that's the thing. Before he stopped, he was in a group of cars that were racing wheel to wheel. Oh, we got a car in the pea gravel, down to one. The 34 has made it in. That's David Green in the AFG class Chevy. The Archdale, North Carolina resident is up to the rear axle, and our first yellow of the day is out.
And boy, does this ever play into Kevin Harvick's hands.
And as I was saying, Harvick was in a group of cars that was racing very hard. I think he probably felt that he could run better by himself anyway, and it puts him in the window to stop one more time. So Green, who was running in the 15th position, is going to take a long time, and he probably will lose a lap. Let's go back to what happened. And you can see there the car is clearly out of control before it even comes into that camera shot. And we could tell there's any contact there, but certainly he had it spinning. And there are no cars real close to him, so we're going to assume that he just lost control of that car on his own. David has 3 top 5 finishes here. He's actually even led 15 laps at watching the play. So there's Green for the track, but not in the position he wants to be in right now. Sun has broken out over the racetrack, although we still have clouds off into the distance, catching the weather radar. It is to the north of us right now, blowing from the southwest, so that is a good sign. Stay with us. We'll take another commercial break while they pull Dave Green out of the pea gravel. Here, Watkins Glen International, the Lysol 200.
Wow, I didn't see that before. This must be new. This sure beats Fanny and mine. Oh, love this. Frank Stoddard.
All the merchandise, all the drivers, all the time. The NASCAR online store at NASCAR.com. It's official.
15.8. We are going to have fun.
Your dream car is all yours. What a nightmare.
Wake up. You're crazy, remember?
With HUD's FHA Homebuyer Protection Plan, you get the right loan, a fair price, and a thorough appraisal. If any problems are found, you'll know about them before you close. 30 million Americans have trusted us to build their dreams. Call for information on HUD homes and FHA loans. HUD and FHA are on your side.
Wagner brakes make any car high performance.
Yep, they're Wagner brakes.
So choose Wagner, from the world's leader in brake pads.
Call it a bonanza, an extravaganza. It's how you save on tires. Now they come. All 35,000-mile tires are 4 for only $99. Now 70,000-mile tires, 4 for $169. Pep Boys, not like us. People love us.
Oh, yeah. Transmitting from the field.